Here we go. The British Grand Prix is about to get underway. It's lights out, and away we go. Max Verstappen with a clear lead. Here comes Lewis Hamilton chopping up to the middle, but ahead into Abbey, and Jimmy Antonelli chopping down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. He'll overtake him. He's right alongside Carlos Sainz and Williams. He'll overtake him as well. Jimmy Antonelli, what a start for him, the young Italian. But Max Verstappen holds the lead. He didn't really do anything to go defensive, but he stayed ahead of Lando Norris, and that's what matters. Swell here into the back, fighting with Isaac Hadjar. No, that's Liam Lawson on that. Hadjar's a little bit ahead of them. Nico Hulkenberg stretching his advantage over Esteban Ocon as well, a little bit behind him. Onto the Wellington Straight. They go into Brooklyn. Max Verstappen and Lando Norris fighting it out. The top two in the championship going at it. Yuki Tsunoda in P4 with Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull. Right behind him is Oscar Piastri. He's also won a race this year. Here comes Piastri onto the old pit straight. Into Cops corner. Verstappen stretches his advantage through Cops. And Piastri is ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. What an opening lap this is. Lewis Hamilton getting hungry as well for position. Nico Hulkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto, the two kick salvers. Bortoleto hasn't scored points this year. Hulkenberg got a podium in real life, finally. And here he comes in on Bortoleto. And here comes Ocon. Nope, he's going to back out of that, but Hulkenberg is through on Bortoleto. This was how Liam Lawson got past Ollie Behrman. We'll head on to the Wellington Straight. Going forward then with Liam Lawson. He's going to have the DRS, the speed boost, and he's just going to fly past. Put him in his rearview mirror. Disable the DRS, and that's all he has to worry about. Here come the leaders to pit road. Max Verstappen from the lead of the race. Lando Norris stays out. Verstappen hitting the softs. Everyone coming in behind. Yes, Piastri's in. Russell's in. Tsunoda stays out. Leclerc comes in. Piastri fitting the mediums. Russell. He's going by. He's already had his pit stop. He's done. Nope, never mind. Now he's done. Leclerc. Soft tires. And the rest stayed out. Andrea Antonelli battling for the points with Fernando Alonso. Battle for P10, by the way. Into Cup's corner. Watch out, Antonelli left no room there. Neither was Alonso. Nearly forced off that track by Kimi Antonelli. He's going to go through the S's. Yep, Antonelli side by side. He's going to get squeezed onto the apex, though. And Alonso defends. Alonso's still ahead of Kimi Antonelli. I don't think he's done with him, though. He could have a bit of a run then off the hanging straight. He's going to get the DRS. It's going to be Kimi Antonelli with the DRS. Antonelli right behind Alonso. Fernando Alonso's got to get everything in his rulebook here to defend from the young rookie. But it's not going to be enough. Kimi Antonelli side by side. And is through on Fernando Alonso. What a battle between the two. Andrea Kimi Antonelli right behind Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari. The man who replaced him at Mercedes. Antonelli stuck behind Lewis Hamilton's rear end, then onto the hangar straight. Andrea Kimi Antonelli is going to have the DRS. Really do the same thing that he did to Alonso. There is Alonso in the Aston Martin right behind. But we're focusing on this battle ahead. Antonelli down the inside of Hamilton. This is Hamilton's home race. The home hero is going to be defeated. Kimi Antonelli is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Now Hamilton is under pressure then from his former teammate Fernando Alonso. Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell making their final pit stops. Here comes Piastri in the McLaren. Gonna fit the medium tire. And it's a bit of an issue on the left rear. The tire couldn't come off. That could really cost Piastri. Yes, it is going to cost Piastri. He's a long way behind Leclerc and Russell. Terrible pit stop for the McLaren team. So here comes Oscar Piastri into the pit lane. This was watch the rear left. See, it struggles to come off. Well, it's on all right, but you saw that? Got a little held up there. That cost Piastri quite a bit of time. Look at this long line, getting held up by the lapped car of Isaac Hadjar at the back. Yep. He's at the front of this train, but he's a lap down. All these guys got to get ahead of him. That way they don't have any issues. And let's see if they all get by him without any issues. Lewis Hamilton's involved in there. There's Hatcher at the front. And here comes Albon for a move on Carlos Sainz. He's going to go to the inside. Sainz. Nope, that move's not going to be successful. Now he's going to let Hamilton and Antonelli go. Does he have a problem? Does he have a problem? Yes, he did. Yes, he does. Smoke at the back of the car. Smoke at the back of Albon. And that is his race over. With 3 laps to go. And it's over for Alex Albon. So this was Franco Colapinto's mistake then at Cops Corner. He has a 5-second time penalty. Oh, and that's why he runs wide. And off the track he is. Max Verstappen led this race from start to finish. Didn't even give up the lead. Led every single lap. And extends his championship lead. Max Verstappen wins the British Grand Prix. To come home first yet again. And he knows it. Look at him. Lando Norris is going to finish in P2 as soon as he gets to the line, because he's a long way back. And then George Russell and the Mercedes will finish in P3 to round out the podium. What a race for Max Verstappen. Another win. Can you believe it? Invincible.